Today's British Scratch Rum review, I'm bringing you this little beast. This is the brand new Navy Rum from my friends down in my motherland, down in Cornwall. This is Rosemullion's Navy Rum. Now, I've been looking forward to doing this for quite a few months now. I'll tell you the backstory in a second, but I just want to sort of tell you why I'm standing up and not sitting down at the bar and looking at that camera there. It's because I'm doing this, I'm jumping the queue a little bit with this video because I'm filming some cocktail videos after that, and the whole reason I've got this is for one of the cocktail videos and I wanted to do the review of it first. So why am I excited about it? Why kind of, you know, why are my eyes lit up like Christmas trees? The story went, and I absolutely fell in love with this, the dark rum from the word go. This is still, to this day, one of my favourite rums that I've got behind the bar. I absolutely adore this stuff. But I said in that video when I was doing it live that I would absolutely love to try this at just the slightly higher ABV point. In my head, I was thinking anywhere between sort of 44 and 46. I didn't dream that Andy would go up to Navy strength and do 54.5, but it kind of fits, it kind of works. But I still genuinely would love to taste this exact rum at that sort of 44 to 46%. I just give it that little bit of extra, but at 40% ABV, this is absolutely stunning still, and I absolutely adore it. It's a staple in a lot of cocktails for me, or in simple mixes like Coke or rum and Coke or something like that. I adore it. Now, as I say, we've got the 40% here, which is the dark. We've got the 43%, which is the gold. I adore the gold as well. The gold, I get really sort of lovely chocolatey coffee notes. That's kind of what I've noticed with Andy down at Rosemullion. That's kind of his signature kind of flavour profile, if you like. Is there isn't, you know, I even to a certain extent get a little bit of that sort of coffee chocolate off the white rum. It's kind of loosely in that sort of El Dorado 3-year-old camp, if you like. Now, I know the El Dorado 3-year-old's got those notes from the barrel, because it has spent 3-year-olds in the barrel, obviously, and then been filtered, but I kind of inherently get those kind of notes from these rums. Now, this dropped at the time of shooting. This is, full disclosure, this was a Thursday. This dropped on the Saturday. So my membership community, my Discord community, will know exactly when I'm filming this. As I say, this is jumping the gun because I'm literally about a month ahead of myself doing these cocktail video, or doing my channels. So I thought, before, you know, it'd be only right to do the review of this before I did the cocktail video, which will actually come out on Wednesday at the time of shooting, and it's the Hurricane cocktail, which is kind of where that's going to come out to play as well. That's kind of my signature one. So stay tuned for that on the Wednesday. Now, my immediate reaction, now this is going to be, I was quite open and honest with my Discord community. I first tasting on Saturday, I poured myself a glass, probably a little bit more than that. I couldn't finish it. I genuinely couldn't finish it. I didn't enjoy it. It was quite feisty in alcohol. There was just no, I just didn't enjoy it. I've since revisited this rum twice over the last couple of nights, and this has been my fourth now tasting it. And I have to say, so the first time was Saturday, and then I left it Sunday, I left it Monday, had a little bit of a sample Tuesday and a little bit of a sample on Wednesday. And this is this weird random phenomenon that I still do not understand, and I would love someone to explain it to me. We've had various chats about this in Discord, and I still don't understand it. But the only thing I can describe it as, the air, when you open the bottle, the air that you then let into the bottle kind of mellows it out. And this, even by Tuesday, had completely and utterly changed the rum that was in the bottle on that first taste. No idea why. This is not me, you know, backtracking and going, oh yeah, it was really good. That was generally what I was. I generally couldn't finish the rum on Saturday. Come Tuesday night, I thought that I was drinking a different rum. This stuff is really, really nice. I'm not going to go to the levels. That's still head and shoulders for me. Taste-wise, everything that I want in a kind of dark rum. I adore that. And Andy, I still want to taste that at 44 to 46%. I can't, if you get that flavour profile on that, I think you have got an absolute banger. Can I sip this neat? There's still quite a healthy alcohol burn there, but yes, I don't know what that air has done, that oxygen, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's just mellowed out the volatile liquids, the volatile substances, whatever you want to call it, in the rum. It's just really mellowed it out The chocolate is now there. It's a really fascinating thing, and I've got the facts of how Andy's made this, and I hope I can say this on video. I'm sure he can, otherwise he wouldn't have sent it to me. So I'm sure I can actually give away how he's kind of produced this. But the funny thing is, with this, exactly what he's written there is what I would describe this rum. I've got heavy influence of that and a heavy influence of that with a higher ABV, and it's kind of a mishmash of those two rums. And it worked. What do you call it? Smorgasbord. I like that. It's just kind of a smorgasbord of those two. And it's really delicious. Chocolate, coffee. Just then, I got a little hint of banana as well. If you let that roll over your tongue and just coat the tongue, it's actually really lovely and luxurious rum. There is that banana vibe that's coming off there that I didn't really get on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's kind of there for me. So these were evenings. This is daytime. This is coming up to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't know whether that affects my palate at all. But it's that really dark, heavy roasted sort of coffee vibe. Roasted coffee beans with, I wouldn't say a dark cacao chocolate, but I also wouldn't say dairy milk. I like dairy milk. I'm going sort of in betweeny. Kind of, let's put it like this, like a 60% chocolate. Something like that. But it's really, really lovely. Now, in a minute, what I'm going to do, I'm going to crack a can of Pepsi and crack a can of ginger beer and kind of want to see what it does, because they would be my go-to kind of serves for this. But as I say, the hurricane is coming on Wednesday. But let's dive in quickly, give you some facts about how Andy's made this, because I want to big up the UK distillers and how they're doing it. You know, they're not importing rum from the Caribbean. They are making these from scratch. And then a lot of the time, you know, they're kind of, there's certain people that kind of not give them negative press, but kind of expect them to be producing Barbados, Jamaican quality rums in the first year of business. And as I keep pointing out, even your top Barbados and top Jamaican rum distillers weren't producing that level of quality in their first year of business. It just wasn't happening. You know, they learn as they go along, and they've had hundreds of years to perfect their craft. You know, Richard Seal, Foursquare, has had decades to perfect his craft and now produce the ECS series that he's doing. I dare say his rums 20, 30, 40 years ago were not as good as what they are now. And that's the simple fact you've got to kind of appreciate with British scratch rums. They are producing some phenomenal liquids, but where the hell is their quality going to be in another 10 years time after they've learned the tricks and after they've perfected their craft? And that's what I'm excited about. Right, let's dive into this. And I don't know whether Andy's blown smoke up my backside here for this, but the first bit he's put on here, he's put you and another well-respected rum judge who suggested, so where did this come from, essentially? It was me and another well-respected rum judge suggested that at a higher ABV. So we're on the same wavelength as each other, whoever that judge is. And then I like this bit as well, a very nice ex-Navy gentleman from Plymouth also likes our rums, and he gave us a small sample of the original Navy tot that he had lying around from the early 70s. He gave me 100ml and asked me, could I make something close? So there's kind of three angles to play there. Two of us kind of wanted that a bit stronger, or sort of two angles. Two of us wanted that slightly stronger, and someone else had, you know, a Navy top. And so can you recreate that essentially? So how Andy came to sort of get this rum, they have, which I didn't know this bit as well, but they have a stock of both of these rums at 63% ABV. And instead of diluting these down to 40 and 43%, what Andy did was diluted them down to 54.5% and to kind of taste them. But he said neither of those hit the spot. But then what he actually did was he got those sort of two 54.5% kind of together, did a little blends. I'm assuming a few little blends just to kind of little play about, but got the final blend. It wasn't quite there yet, so he's actually then finished it again, refinished it in some European wood to kind of just mellow it out slightly. And then he thought, bottle it, bang on, that's exactly where I want it. And just what I like about Andy, he's opening up front at 5 grams of sugar per litre, which is pretty damn negligible. Yes, some distillers add nothing, but then a lot of distillers add 10, 15, 20 grams. So 5 grams for me is nothing. And I'll be honest, even I like some of the 20 grams of sugar per litre stuff. As I say time and time again, I don't give a monkeys if you sweeten your rum. If you think that's the best you can make your rum tasting, if you sweeten it, I don't give a monkeys. Just be open and honest. Just say, we've sweetened it up slightly just because we think it tastes better. Don't try and sort of skirt over the facts. Just be open and honest. This is delicious. And do you know what I think the difference is now? Even this, right? Just while I'm putting all the cameras up and I'm playing about with the lights behind me and sorting out the notes and the tablets open up, this has probably been in the glass now about 25 minutes or so. Even that has opened out more in the glass than what it was when I originally poured it. So I think, and as I say, I've noticed this with a lot of rums now, a hell of a lot of rums. Straight out the bottle, sometimes they don't do it, and that's why we always say revisit a rum. But you know, this really didn't do it for me straight out of the bottle. I was very disappointed. I was actually really disappointed in my Discord community on Saturday night. But Tuesday, Wednesday, completely and utterly different rum. This stuff, I cannot wait to get this. Well, I'm going to do the mixer test in a minute, but I cannot wait to play with this in the next video. So, the two mixers, I'm not going to bother with the Stratford sodas in this one. I'm just going to keep it pretty standard for that. We can play about that with a Sunday. That is exactly where I want a rum and coke and a rum and ginger beer to be. Dark and stormy, if you like. Now, I dare say for ease, this is what I'm trying to formulate in my head. I dare say for Eve, I still adore that rum. I still adore, I've got a love affection with that rum. It's just exactly on the money for where I want that to be. But you do really get, this is a really good rum and coke. Obviously, you know, it's stronger, so use less or use more mixer, whatever. But as a rum and coke, this is really good. And the beautiful thing is, because it's not that sweet, well, it's not sweet. Let's rephrase that. Because it's not sweet, that really does allow the sort of the ginger and the Pepsi to do the work. That is really, really good. I can't wait to play with this. This is going to be the feature in the Hurricane video that I'm filming straight away now. Quick shirt change. But Andy, well done. I still do want to taste that at sort of 44, 46. But I never want to lose that, because I think that is an absolute cracker. I really do enjoy that. But then I'm a bit of an anomaly. I love my white unaged rums. I love my kind of dark rums for those sort of drinks. But higher aged rums, I appreciate them. I like them, like the Eldorado 15, the Dawley's 14, all that. I do like them, of course I do. But my heart is with the young stuff and the sort of dark stuff, because I really love those flavour profiles. But yeah, Andy, really impressed. If you know why, I mean, if anyone knows why rum changes that dramatically coming out of a bottle, or why some rums do and some rums don't, I don't think it's any reflection on the distiller at all. I think it's, I don't know, it's science, it's physics, it's chemistry, whatever. But that is totally and utterly different to Saturday night. I hadn't cleaned my teeth in a good way. So I didn't have that minty fresh breath. I hadn't eaten, it'd been a few hours since I'd eaten anything. I had a clean palate, if you like. So yeah, I'll be honest, first taste, no. Has this grown on me? Flipping hell, yeah,